welcome to d.Lab. I am Ms. Wynn, and today we are going to build automaton. And so an automaton is a machine that moves, and so this is one that's been completed. And so as you can see, I've got a puppet. It's supposed to be a jellyfish at the top, and then we've got some cams underneath and an axle. So we'll be building this out of cardboard today. You are going to need a hot glue gun or some type of adhesive, some sort of measuring tool like a ruler or a tape measure. You're going to need barbecue kebab skewers. You could probably even use disposable chopsticks if you have those. And then we're going to use straws. We're going to use some cutting tools. These are titanium scissors, but you can use regular scissors or some sort of a rotary cutter type device. I'm also going to use an awl today to help me cut some holes into my cardboard. And of course, for safety, we'll have some safety gloves and some glasses. And so what we're going to do is we're going to need to find a box. It can be a shoe box, it can be a tissue box, but we want a box that is about 6 inches tall by 6 inches wide. And what we're going to do first is we are going to add some gussets because this box is a little bit floppy. Now, if your box is super sturdy, you probably won't need to make gussets. So to make gussets, we're going to cut out 90-degree triangles, and we're going to glue them to the corners to create some supports so that it will stand up straight. So I'm going to use my zip snip, and I'm going to cut out some supports. I'm going to start with 2 supports, and if I need more, I will add them. So these are about 2 inches long and a little more than 2 inches tall. And so we'll be able to glue them in just like that. And you're probably going to need to hold it for about 60 seconds as the hot glue cools. So I'm going to put hot glue along here. Hold it in place and count to 60 as it sets. So this will support one of the corners, and this is just one of many maker construction techniques that you would be learning in the d.Lab. Some hot glue there. Put it on the opposite corner, hold it in place and let it cool so it can set. And I see this one's wiggling a little bit, so I might need to put a little bit of extra glue on here. Be careful when you're using a hot glue gun. You can always put gloves on to help you or ask a parent to help you. The right thing to do if you burn yourself is to run it under cold water. All right, so what we've got here is the base. It's now sturdy. If it were still floppy, I would add my other 2 gussets on the other 2 corners. So I'm gonna flip this around so you guys can see the inside. So looking at this, the next step is we are building our cam. And so what we need to do is you're going to need to cut out some circles. And these are about 2 inches in diameter, and you can trace them, maybe even use like a little Dixie cup and trace it on the cardboard and cut it out. And I'm going to glue 2 of these together so that we have the appropriate weight and thickness for our cam. So while this is cooling and setting, I'm going to take my barbecue stick and feed it through. And right now we're building this bottom part right here. So what we need to do next is find the center of this box and feed it through. And so I'm going to eyeball it, but you could definitely use a ruler to measure. I'm going to use my awl and poke a hole through. take this off, feed the kebab skewer through about halfway. Get your cam through. Keep pushing. There we go. So now what we've got is a handle. We've got our axle. And so what's going to happen is when we build this top part, it's going to kind of balance and move on the axle. Okay, so next step is we need to have another set of circles glued together. And this time, what we're going to do is we're going to get our kebab skewer and we need to glue it to the center right here. And I might even poke a little hole in. And then put glue on so it sets. But wait, how am I going to get this through here if I glue it? I better poke the hole first. And using my awl, I'm gonna go right down the center. If you don't have an awl, you can use your kebab skewer to poke a hole, or maybe even a pencil. Okay, so I'm going to stick this through here, and then I need to glue the cam to the kebab skewer. Notice that I'm not sticking the kebab skewer all the way through. And I need to make sure that this top hole is loose enough to where my puppet can move. Okay, so a little bit of hot glue. I'm gonna rotate it. Okay, so while that's setting, let's talk about how this works. So the way this works is we spin the handle and the weight from this cam pushes down and it starts to bobble. And we kind of want it off center a little bit. And this is something you might have to tinker with to get your puppet to move. I have straws here in case this hole is too tight and my puppet isn't able to move up and down. And so I can use that right here to create a little more space for my puppet to move. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to spin my cam and then my puppet will move up and down. So, same over here. My jellyfish, I've got my cam. And as I spin this, my puppet moves. You can make your puppet however you want. I like to use googly eyes, and I happen to use a cup, and I curled some construction paper to make it look like he has little jellyfish legs. And that is how you make an automaton. And the plural for automaton is automata, which is kind of fun to say. Thanks for visiting d.Lab. Have a good day.